What is up, everybody? Turbo Steve here today. So, as the article states, Microsoft is working on why they're trying to figure out why the PS5 is outperforming a lot of these third-party games on the system compared to the PS5. So it's like the PS5 is playing a lot of these third-party games. That means the games that's on both systems better on the PS5 than the Xbox Series X, because the Xbox Series X has the hardware is a lot stronger in that system, but the games are not performing in that manner. It's like they're performing worse on Xbox than the PS5. So, all right, so I was trying to get down to it. This article is on IGN.com if you want to read the article for yourself. While Microsoft has been touting that the Xbox Series X is the world's most powerful console, the PS5 is outperforming it in early game tests as Microsoft is working on why. As reported by The Verge, Digital Foundry has been analyzing some of the new games across both the PS5, which is capable of 10.20 teraflops of GPU performance, and Xbox Series X, which is capable of 12 teraflops and is not as one-sided as it initially appeared. In Devil May Cry 5, the Xbox Series X has better performance in 4K and ray tracing modes, but the higher frame rate option runs better on PS5, with the frame rate gaps being more than 40 frames per second in some cases. I even did a video myself about the fanboys going at it, and like because they was comparing Digital Foundry video of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the Xbox Series X was losing some frame rates at certain scenes. It was dropping down like to 53 frames per second, while the PS5 stayed like a constant 60 frames per second. These differences aren't that big of a difference. It's sure on paper the Xbox is stronger, and it's certainly some of these tests the PS5 has been doing a little bit better, but it's kind of like within like maybe like a year difference. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see the difference between these systems. It's kind of like on the developer end on why some of these games aren't being running as smooth on the Xbox Series X as the PS5, but both systems are around the same price anyway. So it's kind of like they're both like $500 systems. It's kind of like, do you really care that much if one has like maybe 7 more frames per second, or it's like a 2 frames per second difference, or some slight texture difference? Who cares at the end of the day? It's like they're both powerful systems. They both load your games fast. They both look great in 4K. Most likely, most of the games are gonna have 4K resolution, 60 frames per second as a standard. So these differences aren't that major, but people are freaking out about this stuff. So we're gonna read some responses on Twitter. People who responded to this article on Twitter. So it says we haven't seen the true showcase of which one is more powerful since both lack a Gex title to prove it. He's making a joke. But that Gex game, I remember playing that Gex game on the PlayStation. That was a fun game. I think they had multiple of those Gex games too, but that was definitely a fun game. And my dumb ass picked the Xbox because it was stronger on paper. Yeah, my ass. FML. Patches already doing their job. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Frame rate test. Doing a frame rate test. Microsoft should have canceled the Xbox years ago and let other companies to try their chance in the console making, but no, big companies need to monopolize everything, even with us. Sony or Nintendo are also big companies. I don't know what this guy is talking about. There are several big companies in the industry right now. There's probably them more than ever. You got Google Stadia. Unless he's strictly just talking about making consoles. But if he's just talking about in a game making competition, there's a lot of big studios now. But there's the big three: Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. So they have competition. I don't know what he's talking about. Let me see. He says, we knew this. We've been telling them. Sony just makes better products. Microsoft as a team just doesn't have the skill to execute like Sony does. This guy's a major fanboy right here. More teraflops, more teraflops, more teraflops. No, but what they need is one of these. That's a picture of Mark Cerny. It's like I want to see the results a year from now if we're gonna see the difference, because it's kind of like some of y'all are kind of losing your minds with this whole console war thing. Useless console. Can't wait to use my Xbox Series X. I'm like, facts. A lot of people want this Xbox Series X. It's just sure we don't have. Sure, the Xbox Series X doesn't have a great launch lineup, but when the games are coming, they are coming. Like we got Halo Infinite coming soon. The new Fable is being made. There's a new type of Skyrim game, Evolve. All the Bethesda games, the new Bethesda games coming on the Xbox. So Xbox has a lot of games coming in the future. So maybe right now we could say useless console, but give it like a year or two. It's definitely gonna be showing with the exclusive games. Let me see. Xbox is bottlenecked. The PS5 was designed to maximize its components for gameplay. What? The consoles has been out for like 2 weeks at most, and this thing is already bottlenecked. Where are you getting this from? You are absolutely correct. The infinite cache for AMD was designed by none other than Mark Sony, but PC because of Windows OS. I don't know what he's talking about. The answer is that Microsoft knows exactly why. Microsoft built a platform that can be improved upon with no significant reconfiguration, whereas Sony built a one-size-fits-all, not going to change console. Wait for the next version of Xbox Series X to buy. They are judging us off 2 weeks of the consoles being out. That is insane. I like how we have all these mechanical and technical geniuses in these comment sections for a system that's only been out for 2 weeks. People are saying it's bottlenecked, this reaches full capacity, it's a useless console. These comments are just funny to read. Um, Breaking news, Microsoft made a public announcement that their ongoing investigation into unproven performance difference on the PS5 will be postponed. Microsoft officially said that effing nobody on the investigation team was able to obtain a PS5 unit. You heard it here first. Uh, let's see. Because studios take care of PS consumers, Microsoft sales learned this lesson. I think this is just a whole comment section just full of fanboys, to be honest. Yo, this is effing gold, no cap. I walked by a huge pile of the new Xbox and just said, I don't know what anime is this. Is this One Piece? This might be One Piece. I don't know what anime this is from. So Xbox don't know. And this is the Craig meme, the Craig the Brute meme with a Joker face. Investigate, dude. How about the cram everything in a rectangle box approach versus building systems from the ground up and optimize every bit of with the developer slash engineers to get the most out of it? What in the earth are you talking about? Oh my god, the shape of the box has nothing to do with it. Yeah, it's kind of like these comments are kind of like rough to, to actually process these comments. It's like the consoles have been out for 2 weeks, or 3 weeks at most. It's kind of like this. It ain't like we had these things for years now. It's like we've seen like the full performance, the full maximum capability of these systems. But these people in the comment sections, man. Microsoft did change their marketing from the most powerful console to the most powerful Xbox after the PS5 reveal. They are smart enough to know there is far more to how a console performs than the size of the GPU. IGN is so hypocritical. Individually, everyone at IGN will say how console wars are dumb and they are all about people game wherever they like. Then they go and make clickbait posts like this, then they absolutely know it's going to pour fuel into the console war dumpster fire. Buying an Xbox might be cheaper, but I'd rather spend $2 grand on a PC that I know will perform better or go with PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox feel like a waste of money. Jeez. People are not like an Xbox. I imagine it has something to do with that. If you have a PC, you don't need an Xbox, provided most games end up on PC too. And the Game Pass is also on PC. Why would I buy a console when I already have everything I need to play on game? When I already have everything I need to play the games for it. PS5, however, has some exclusives. Yeah, so it pretty much talks about this is PS5 is outperforming the Xbox Series X. What is this a meme of? Her at the swallow pills. Okay. Yeah, but it's gonna okay. So right now the games are performing a lot better on the PS5, but like I said, within a year, um, Xbox has no game. Xbox has no games. That's pretty funny. But within a year, give us a year to see how these games are working. These comparison videos are doing like within a year. I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks is too short of a time period to make that as a fact. Make that a fact like that. So yeah, so give us some time. But yeah, this is third is pretty much like a dumpster fire. The console war dumpster fire, like that one comment says. Pretty much saying how Xbox has no games. It's pretty much like trashing Xboxes at the moment. So this is the video. Leave your comments down below. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching and peace.